If you've got a car that you've thought about modifying, but you don't know where to start, I've got the perfect first mod for you. My name's Albert, and this is my girlfriend's 135i. She's owned it for 5 years, and she's ready to move on for it. There's a lot of TLC that we've done to the car, but it still needs some more, which we will address in some further videos. But today, we're gonna address what is the best first mod you can do to your car. Now, I need to give a huge shout out to BAV Sound. They provided me and my girlfriend with a speaker kit for her 135i. I also have that exact kit in my M3. Now, they make sound kits for BMW, for Mini, and for Rolls-Royce. Today, I'm going to show you how to install as well as a comparison before and after with the stock sound system and the upgraded sound system. Starting the removal process of this door. You see that little crease right there? I'm going to take my little plastic shim tool and pry that open. Once I've got it twisted, you just pull it right out. Gentle twisting and pulling out. Take a Torx T20, and there are 2 screws, one at the top and then one at the bottom. So it looks like it's the bottom angle over here. You're gonna push it in, and then there you go. There we go. Pull it out, and there we go. Plastic piece out. Reveals another T20 Torx. Watching the BAV Sound DIY, you just press this down here, and you try and lift very gently because there's a bunch of clips all around, and it takes a minute. There we go. There we go.
Look, if you put the whip,
There we go. That's off.
let's go like this and this.
Door panel is off. We can get to removing this for speaker and accessing this tweeter. Next thing we're gonna do is take these nuts off of this speaker. Speaker number 1 should come off, and you kind of see already the difference in quality between this speaker and the BAV Sound. We'll do a side-by-side test. The whole speaker that we're going to be replacing, you can tell the material on the inside is way nicer than this material. The rubber on this side is still pretty good. This speaker is actually still really intact. We're going to be replacing it with a much better speaker. One other thing, if we go by weight, the BAV Sound speaker is definitely a little more hefty. And you can see the difference in size of the magnets, so that's really the big weight and the main driver about the sound difference. And then the BAV Sound also comes with this little strip over here for a little bit of extra insulation. The new speaker is going to go on just like that. Right up. To get the new tweeter seated into the housing, all we're going to do is we're going to place it on top. I'm going to press in, just like so. Now we have everything installed back in. I have the connections in, speakers are plugged in. I reattached the door latch. Don't forget about the little pin that sits there for the window switch. Make sure that the actuator pin is seated correctly. Sometimes this pin can get risen up when you attach this door panel up. So it just requires a little bit of threading, and twisting down to get it seated in the line properly. After that, we're just gonna get these back in to the holes. I'll put my hands down and we'll see you when it's all installed. Got the door back on. Make sure that this wire right here is poking through, making sure that this pin is latched up. And all I have to do once you get the first pin in is just gotta give a little bang along the perimeter. It's gonna require a pretty strong bang, like that, to make sure everything is seated properly. I am changing this switch over here. This one's all worn. I got myself a nice replacement that does not look worn. It's the exact same part, the exact same install. Next, we just have to reinstall it. So we slide it from the back, because that's where the main plastic pins are right here. Those ones will not bend. So you slide it in the back and press it down the front. And from here, you just have to apply a little bit of force. And we got it back in. Probably a decent amount of body weight, but now it's seated in. Everything works perfect. And that door is just about installed. We just gotta get this plastic trim piece back on. Before we get to that, we do have to install these Torx bolts back in. 2 over here, One in the corner, silver one goes into the corner, black ones goes into the door handle. To install the door handle trim back on, there are these metal clips which can sometimes get applied onto here when you remove them, but it's important, put them back. This is the order you should put it on. The bottom one can get a little bit confusing. And then we're just gonna slide it from the top down, making sure everything is aligned. And you'll hear everything clip in.
Bottom one can be a little bit troublesome. Let's double check that. There we go. Now everything is seated flush. So sometimes you have to pull this bottom one back a little bit so you can see how much of a gap, and then you press it back in. And now you can see with how much space there is on the seam. It is completely flush, except for this. Boom, look at that. We're gonna place this back in as well. Simple push. And place this back in, push inside first, and then it'll clip it. You can see in there, that's what the new tweeter looks like. Can't really see the BAF sound speakers, it's black, but it's in there. The tweeter is definitely much more visible. I'll take my pry tool, press down. Yep, get a little push, and pop it up. Just like so, and I can take it out. And I have access to my next speaker. So this speaker comes off with 3 8mm bolts. I use my little wrench with a little magnet. There are the 3 little screws. We took them out, and now we should be able to lift this speaker out. Voila, revealing the wire connector right there, which we then disconnect. These speakers are actually a little bit smaller than the ones that go into the door cards. However, one thing I do want to mention is that the ones in the rears, especially for the OEM, have a much larger magnet in comparison to the BAF sound stage 1 speakers. I would even say this speaker that goes in the rear weighs more than the BAF sound unit, but I don't know if that means anything in terms of quality. However, one thing that we are going to be getting with the BAF sound is that we are going to get the addition of the tweeter, so that's going to really improve our high range. With the tweeter that comes with the BAF sound kit, there are no speed clips right here, which I do need to get and source, which will take an extra day or so. In the meantime, I just grabbed some screws with some washers and just place it over there so it'll sit without rattling too much. And there is wiring already, as you see that black connector and that blue connector right there, which I will connect the BAF sound speaker to. So to reconnect the speakers, you see our 2 connectors over here. We have 2 matching ones. It goes color coordinated with each other. I do have to pause this. And just like that, that is what the new sound system in the rear end on the passenger side is going to look like. But you can feel the bass in this. I mean, the subs are right below us, so the bass won't change too much, but it's really the mid to highs which we should really pay attention to. Test with the new sound system immediately. I'll turn it up a little bit. There's definitely a lot more bass, even though we just changed the mids. The highs, there's so much that's better with this. Pretty clear sound. Like, because we're standing still, I can feel the mids hitting. There's a little bit of a reverberation through the seats. You feel that, right? Yeah, yeah.
When you turn the knob, it makes a much larger difference now in the volume. Each knob beforehand was very minor. Now it feels like there's a major jump every time I turn the knob, even a little bit. Like the strings on that, it's so clear. It's still pretty balanced overall.
Been on the ground with a small delay. That's what it takes when you on your job. I'm working till everything fall in place. Like, nah, we not gonna fall in on the ground with a small delay.
It's so surprising how much bass this improves.
I'm working till everything fall in place. Like, nah, we not gonna fall today. Like, nah, we not gonna fall today. Like, oh,
really clear up top. In this. subs are right below us, so the bass won't change too much, but it's really the mid to highs which we should really pay attention to. There's so much that's better with this already. Like the system before wasn't bad. It was very well balanced, but now this is way more punchy. Even the mids and the highs, they feel way more clear. I can actually start to feel the mids and the highs. Anyways, that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you guys are interested in purchasing these speakers, I am part of Babsound's affiliate program, and you can use my code below in the description to go purchase yourself a set. Every time you purchase, I get a little bit back, so that really helps on my side. And I really support Babsound and their products. I really think that this is a great quality product. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.